Got color.
Got one.
Finally.
A sea fish.
It's a little throwback, aren't you?
Everything you think it is.
No, not there.
Will just wanted to gaff him for
Yeah, I just wanted to gap him for the
video.
camera. Here he comes. Right up close.
That's about as good as it gets. American red snapper. Good job, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Good job, sir.
Daddy's to the girl. Make sure you film him getting that thing,
All right, this is John Martin coming to you from Madeira Beach, Florida, home of Hubbard's Marina and the Florida Fisherman 2. We're about to go on a special Sunday charter where the boat's been chartered out and I've been invited to go on it. And I'm really excited about it. Of course, I'm just coming off of the Father's Day 39 hours, so I'm doing back to back. I guess some of us are sicker than others, or some of us just want to have more fun than others. But here is the Dolphin watch boat. People are loading up to go see if they can check out some dolphins. You can do about anything you want here at Hubbard's Marina. How y'all doing? Ready to see some dolphins? All right. Well, come on, jump on it. Ain't too late. Might have to leave them guys behind and come on now. You know, I mean, yes, what can I tell you? We got more dudes on here that we need doing the line toss. Well, check this out. Will still it is, baby. It's all good, baby doll. Happy Father's Day to your daddy. Oh, we got the line toss. Can he do it?
We're going fast today.
There was hooks in that thing. It was scaring me.
Well, we got the special charter going out here. Will, what can we expect, man?
We're headed out on the Black Porgy charter right here, and coming off a really good trip this midweek. Or wait, that was weekend.
Weekend, Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, Father's Day weekend, and this is still Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, it is.
But coming off a great 39-hour, we started a little deeper than we have been. Did good on the big mangroves, decent on the big mangroves, and good in the daytime on red snappers and scamps, stuff like that. Not as many gags, but we're gonna try for some gags here this trip. Yeah, up to 15 pounds or so. No 22 pounder, but
Right here.
he got one time. We're hoping for good fishing. We're gonna slide out a little bit further again. We'll be fishing around 12:30, 1 o'clock tonight, and fish deeper this whole trip. Try for big fish, big vermilions, big mangroves at night, groupers and red snapper in the daytime.
Sounds like a big time.
Let's do this.
All right. Beautiful day. Beautiful day here at the pass Sunday afternoon, and this place is hopping, buddy. Let me tell you, it's hard to get a parking space in the garage. You can only imagine what it's like on the beach we're getting ready to see here. We're heading out again. Some of us are sicker than others, or some of us just like to fish more than others. I'm heading out one more time. I'm gonna ease my way all the way to the front here. How you fellas doing, man?
All right, yeah, we're doing
Good. I'm ready too, man. It's a little breezy out here, but it's perfect weather. Feels like about a 15-mile-an-hour wind, which is not bad because it was smoking hot this morning. A lot of pleasure craft coming in the pass here. They're flying their American flags. That's always good to see. At least it is to me, that's for sure. All right, here we are. We're in the Gulf of Mexico now. I'm going to show you right here. That is Madeira Beach. And it looks like people are having a time of their lives out there. It is pretty well packed. It's fast a little bit around here. Pleasure crafts. That is Treasure Island, and it looks like it's hopping and popping too. Thank you. Pretty much do any kind of water sport you can imagine out here. Of course, parasailing off there in the distance. I don't know if you can see them. There's a couple of them out there. Pontoon boats. And of course, the ever-present jet skis everywhere. really feels good out here. Well, as you heard Will say, we're going to start somewhere between 12:30 and 1 o'clock in some deeper water, going for the big boys right off the bat.
Holy shit.
Gag. Gonna need a gaff. Gaff?
Need a gap on this side, boys.
Gaff on the starboard side.
Bobby, get that handle. Get that. He's hooked right. I could just pull a hold of it.
Nice fish.
Okay.
You got him. Keep pulling.
Jackpot.
Big dog.
Man, there's some big fish.
That's the biggest one, yeah.
What? That is? Yeah.
Nice fish, sir.
Thank you.
I can hit him in the head. Do we want him? Somebody wants him, right?
Let's go bait, man. I'll take my hand on one. All right. We're bait now. Are you using for bait?
Yeah, whatever.
There you go.
He's fighting. He wants to fight for his
Like a foul hook grouper. Big grouper.
Yeah,
Giant grouper, Mike.
Oh my God! Oh yeah! Don't pull if you feel anything up there, guys.
Nice red snapper. Calvin's on the red snapper here. Good job, sir.
It was a picky trip, but we got a lot of big fish. Some big grouper, two of the biggest ones of the season. Maybe the two biggest ones of the season. I don't know, John, how big was yours?
I was over 30, man.
Yeah, these are 30-ish. One might be 35. And big red snappers. But all in all, we had to work for the fish we got this trip, but ended up with a nice catch of fish. John got some nice red snappers.
Got broke off 3 times, so I had my shot.
His groupers were too big.
They were just too big.
too big. That's what always happens to me.
Just too big.
But we'll see you guys back at the dock.
All right.
And we worked hard.
We got the last pull.
Blackmail you on that.
Let these guys get to work on that fish.
Here we go. Last pull and heading back to Johns Pass. Calvin, the old pro at it. You might not know it, but he used to work on the boat many moons ago. Nice final catch, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right. And here she comes. The anchor's almost in. There's the sound. That's the sound of going home. Well, as you can see, I'll give you a quick panoramic view here. Right at sundown. As I always say, do I have an office with a view or what? Can't really see the sundown for the clouds. Looks like we're going to have a great ride home. Captain says nothing really on the radar. But overall, you heard Will pretty much summed it up. We had a pretty solid trip overall. If you're wondering why there's not quite as much video maybe as there usually is, this was a private charter that I paid to go on, so I voluntarily shot some video here, so I focused a little bit more than I usually do on trying to catch some fish. Of course, I was in the jackpot and trying to win it. If I'm in it to win it, I might have a contender in the red snapper category. We'll have to wait and see. I actually lost 3 nice gag grouper. I'm quite certain they were gags just by the way they were fighting. But I got my limit on red snapper. Ended up with about a dozen mangoes. Started off real hot for me. I got 5 mangoes on my first 6 baits, and then it pretty much died after that. But we had the typical summer doldrums for a while there, but the afternoon bite was pretty solid, and the overall quality of the fish that we've caught was very nice. I've got an outstanding average. I'll be interested to see what my biggest one weighs. I'm guessing he's in the 15+ pound range, and all of them are over 10 that I kept. But no grouper for me, but there were a couple of 30 pounders probably. Of course, we'll sometimes exaggerate, so we'll have to see when the scale gets there. But there were definitely some nice grouper, and there were a few people that actually limited out. So it was overall an outstanding trip, a great group of guys on this charter. It's one of the reasons I go on it. It's one of the things I love about fishing with Hubbards in general is the people you meet from all over the nation. It is amazing, and you know, great people tend to be the people that really love to go fishing. It's been my experience. Anyway, so I'm going to sign out for now. Probably go clean up a little bit, get me some grub, and take a good long nap on the way back to Johns Pass, and I'll touch base with you then. Meal here at Hubbard Marina. We got Jim. He's been serving up everything, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snacks. And tell us what this is, Jim.
This is mojo pork over yellow rice with carrots, peas, and onions, and black beans.
It was absolutely delicious. I've already partaken of it. Put a little of that hot sauce on it, a dab or two of dew.
We cooked it for 12 hours today.
Simmered it. Was ready to go when the guys quit fishing, right?
Yeah.
Well, you did a fantastic job, sir.
We did.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody. What you see there in the distance is the Johns Pass Bridge. We're coming off a special 39-hour charter. Some people affectionately call it the Calvin charter. So if you don't see as much action videos as you normally do, that doesn't mean there wasn't a lot of it, and I'll tell you more about it in just a moment. But I was a paying invited guest on here, so I spent a lot of time fishing really hard and not as much time on video, although we did get plenty of action shots for you. Well, the trip started out with a bang. We for me, for sure, on the very first stop, I put down 6 baits and got 5 mangoes, so that's a pretty good average. Decent size to them, nothing special, but there were some decent ones caught. And the first stop, it looked like we were gonna, I'm thinking, man, I'll limit out on this thing in no time if we go like this, but it didn't happen. We picked mangoes throughout the trip, but they're never really, that night mango bite just really didn't turn on good, and it's been a bit sporadic. But we caught quite a few red snapper. Basically, the boat limited out. I shouldn't even say quite a few. We limited out on red snapper, and some of them were really nice ones. Quite a few, actually. I ended up with 4 that I would say my biggest one, I'm hoping maybe a jackpot contender, we'll find out a little bit later, but was probably at least 15 pounds. And I had the other 3 were not far away from that. I did not get any grouper. I had my chances. I had 3 giants on that I just could not do anything with, but there were several nice grouper caught. In fact, overall it was a pretty decent grouper catch. Not a lot of red grouper, but a few, but a lot of nice gags, including a couple that are probably in the 30-pound range. And several people actually limited out on gags, got their 4. You know, you get a 2-day limit on this trip. But I was not one of those. I had my shot, and no question about it, so I really can't complain. The fish guys gave me a chance, and I just wasn't up to the task at that particular time. but we had a great trip. This is always a great group of people. I enjoy going out with them. Most of them are from South Florida, but Miami area, and I've kind of gotten a bond with them, so it's a pretty cool thing. It's one of the great things about going on any of these trips, not just a charter like this, but the regular trips, is the people I get to meet. I enjoy that almost as much as catching the fish, but no, I enjoy it greatly. And I know people now all over the country, and in some cases from around the world, from fishing here with Hubbard's Marina. So all right, there you have it. We're back in Boca Chica Bay. There's Hubbard's Marina, the home of the Florida Fishermen too. And I got to thinking, I am a tired old boy here, because I went back to back this time. I went on the Friday to Sunday trip, and then I went up, turned around and went back out Sunday to now Tuesday. And of course this boat will be turning around, going on a half day this morning most likely, and then a Tuesday 39-hour trip. The red snapper season, this boat really never stops, and I don't stop much myself, because I'll be back Friday, Lord willing, to go on the 39-hour trip. So you will get to hear a lot of me. I hope that's a good thing. I really enjoyed fishing with you guys.
It was awesome.
Have a safe journey home, guys. Big pile is growing. Look at those couple of big fat daddy guys in there.
Doing good. You had a lot of fish. John, you got stuff.
I will get out of the way. I didn't know you were there. I thought you were there. Sorry, man. So you got a pretty quick turnaround, don't you, sir?
Yeah, we're headed right back out
Right
today,
back
guys.
out, go home, get a little rest quickly, and
Yeah, I'll go home as quick as possible, get these fish off the boat.
hug the wife, kiss the baby, and turn around and come back.
Oh yeah.
And I'll see you on Friday, Lord
Yes,
willing.
sir, I'll be here.
It's a father and two sons team here, right? Two brothers. Well, I fish next to these gentlemen, and I tell you two things, well, three things. One, they're a great bunch of guys. Secondly, they know how to fish, and they damn sure know how to cook, because they took good care of me.
There you
So
go.
I appreciate it, man.
No problem.
Always a pleasure. It's a family affair here at Hubbard's Marina, in more ways than one, right? Just like that. Huh?
Everything's gonna go there?
Yeah. Nice way to start the cooler off with a red snapper. There's a nice looking cooler. Hold it open one more time for me. That's what you want. Start out empty, end up full. Good job. Check this one
When you
out.
can't shut the box, you know you did.
Yeah, I showed you that one before. It was empty with ice in the bottom. Now you see it's beginning to fill up. All right, well, that's going to do it here for the Calvin charter. Had a good time coming off back-to-back trips. Of course, I'll be back here, Lord willing, Friday. But of course, no trip is fully done until we get the lovely ladies of Hubbard's Marina. These lovely ladies make it all happen, all possible here. Good morning. Hello, good morning, good luck to you. Nice fishing with you, Captain.
Thank you, bud. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Have a safe journey home.
Thank you.
Well, this is John Martin signing off at Madeira Beach, home of Hubbard's Marina, the Florida Fishermen 2. Hopefully, Lord willing, you'll see me again on Friday. Take care. Until then, bent rods and tight lines.